build my gallows and build them high. Makes a long time climbing before I die. I want the chance.
Hello everybody, welcome to Longbangers The Match. This is a new episode that we're putting out free for everybody. Just as a quick rundown of the match, what we tend to find on Longbangers is we spend a lot of time talking about the talking points in the game and less time on the match. So what we thought we'd try for a little while is a wee rundown just on the match events. So if you want to catch up on it, you can get our reviews on it. Anything that you think that we've missed, you can tweet us and we'll maybe pick it up or we might ignore it, depending on how we're feeling. And if you want to carry on the discussion, you can look out for our full Longbangers episode that's out to subscribers tonight, which is Sunday night, or free to everybody from Monday. I'm joined by Colin. Colin, how's it going?
Good. Oh, we're going old school with introductions. Aye.
Sorry.
You're like a fucking spare part. And
It was because I thought I better put some context into what the episode was, and I was like, right, so I did it like that. Anyway, right, I've put 20, it might not take 20 minutes on this, but I've put 20 minutes on the clock, Colin, for talking about the match. Hibs Aberdeen 6-0, a fairly comprehensive win. If we start off with the team lineup, a lot of changes because we've had some movement out of the club in the last week. What did you think of the starting lineup?
I was okay with it. I didn't think there was much more that could really do other than you play Chibraya maybe or do you start Nisbet, he's available, but then you go, but he's probably been flying up and down the road all week and head elsewhere, so I could see why he never started. So I was comfortable as I could be, I suppose, with what was done on paper. I didn't think they could do many more changes. Did you think there was anything they could have done?
Not really. See, when you saw the bench, I mean, there wasn't much off the bench. So Chibraya, like you say, was probably the option. I was maybe a wee bit surprised to not see Megwa on the bench. Like Miller took that right back spot on the bench.
I thought, I read he had been picked up an injury somewhere.
Had he?
I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
Well, you must care if you read it or not. Is that all right? Whether he picked up, whether it was true,
just been in a
injury.
Group chat.
Aye, because there is a lot of shite posted in our group chats, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And we wouldn't have it any other way. No, I don't think I would have changed too much. I think Hanlon came in, and I believe he's sort of playing through a bit of an injury at the moment. He was down in London again. Going through group chat rumours. He was playing through the pain barrier to partner Fish at centre half. Stevenson came in at left back. The midfield, so we had Campbell. Joe Neal came back in, having missed the Hearts game through suspension, and we'll talk a wee bit about his performance probably in the Longbangers episode rather than on this one. And then Harry McCurdy in for Nisbet. And I don't know, do you think that was the right decision for Lee Johnson to not put Nisbet straight back into the team, given the week that's happened?
I mean, it's easy to say that when you've won 6-0. But yes, even before the game, I was thinking, well, I said that in the car on the way there, and I was like, he's probably not trained all week. So, and then he's obviously, presumably, had a bit of news he didn't want to hear, which is why he's not away yet. As much as they can spin it whatever way they want, like the way Johnson spoke in the pre-match press conference, he answered the question I thought correctly to start with, which was you need to ask the lad, and then went on to start talking about fucking muscle wastage round the knee and all that, and you're like, shut up, keep your fucking mouth shut. But it's like he starts talking and he can't stop. He needs to get a fucking podcast, the boy.
Who was it? There was a player fined. It was Man United, but Rashford, he'd slept in for a team meeting or something, and the manager got asked about it, and he did the same thing. He says, "Oh, it's like an internal matter." And then they had Rashford on next, and he was like, "I fucking slept in." Never said fucking right, but he said, "I slept in." He just blotted it out. But that's how a manager should handle that.
But that's fine,
sort of thing, yeah.
Correct, but Rashford's fine because it's him that's been fined.
Exactly.
So he's fine.
Exactly.
If Nisbet came out and went, I failed the medical, fine, because he's then willing to share that news. But to start saying, I'm not to talk about it, it's up to the lad to speak to the lad. If you're not going to just outright lie about it like they normally would and deny it, you then start going on and telling like clues and clues that aren't even that give you an answer. I couldn't believe it. But
On to the match itself then. So Hibs probably had as good a start as we could have hoped for, but it was only a few minutes in where Ewan picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Two corners. I think he had three defenders round about him that he kind of twisted and turned, got a shot away. Goalie parries it out, and Campbell was into to finish it. What do you think of the goal?
It was a good goal. It was a good finish. It was a good shot, and it was a good finish. Just before that, Joe Newell had a great wee move, a good run, and he didn't fucking shoot and cut it back, but cut it back too far, and you're like, why are you not shooting? It was even on his left-hand side. It wasn't even. But then that goal, we wouldn't have scored the goal that we got if Newell had scored there, because it was the same. It was almost the same phase of play, but it was the time between it. But I was disappointed there. I was like, fucking shoot, because I felt like the good start, the positive start. I said to my roommate who was sitting beside me, he'll fucking go again. Like, playing good, bright start, playing well, just can't score the goals. But then the actual goal, it was good. I was at Ewan through the middle. I was a wee bit wary of before the game, like when we were talking about the lineup, because I thought, is he strong enough through the middle? But fortunately, their centre halves are soft as shite, so he looked like a world beater up there at times.
I thought McCurdy would have been through the middle with Ewan on the right. That's what I expected to see. So I was probably the same as you, a bit surprised to see Ewan play through the middle. But I actually thought the front three caused them quite a lot of problem all game with the way they were interchanging, and they harried the Aberdeen players all the time. Like, the pressing was fantastic on Saturday. They looked like a team that were, or Hibs looked like a team that were right up for it.
They looked like a team that were playing for the club, playing for the manager, whatever. Yeah, definitely. They were motivated.
And then we didn't have long to wait for the second goal, which I think was important in the game. I think if we'd let Aberdeen back into it or given them any encouragement, it might have turned out different, because I still think our confidence and mentality is still quite fragile. So getting the second goal so quickly probably dealt Aberdeen a lot of damage and gave us a massive lift. It came for a corner again. It was good play, like a good interchange on that left-hand side. We win the corner. Joe Newell takes it perfectly, although Josh Campbell said that his post-match interview that Newell had shanked it, but it looked deliberate. He just put it in a great area. Really, like, all the defenders had been pulled towards the ball and the goal, and it just left this big gap around about the penalty spot for Campbell to run into.
It was a great goal. It was a great cross, and it was a great header. But I think the TV showed it, and they showed Shinnie had two men on the edge of the box, and he ended up picking the wrong one. Campbell spotted that and ran round the back of him and had a free header. And after that, you could see them then looking for him at corners. It looked like one off the training ground. I don't know if he's just winding you all up there.
Training
ground,
really. When the camera cut to the bench after the second goal, they looked very pleased with themselves about it. So it did look like it was maybe one off the training ground. And a fantastic header for Campbell as well. I mean, that's no
excellent.
It's not an easy header to take, because he's diving in on it, and he's got the direction and the power to get it past.
Diving headers look quality. Diving headers look fucking. They're some of the most spectacular goals you get. Like, as much as a dig for 30 yards in that, a diving header's always a nice goal to watch.
And you tend to remember them. It's like I was listening to Top Flight Time Machine. They mentioned diving headers when they were doing the Roy Race thing, and the one that they referred to was Keith Houchin for Coventry in the FA Cup final. And I remember that goal. I still remember. I could picture it in my head still.
Tottenham, didn't
they? They did, and that was just a diving header. So it's good when you see one, and especially for that sort of distance to score.
Well, he must have been out in the penalty spot by the time he connected. That was a great header.
And then for the rest of the first half, I thought Hibs were pretty comfortable.
It died a death a wee bit after that, didn't it? It was really.
But I thought we played well still. Like, we weren't creating loads, but I thought we looked more dangerous than Aberdeen in that first half. Even though you would expect them to kind of go, like, to have some reaction to going two behind, it never really materialised. I didn't think. Were you worried at any point?
Not worried, but I was having the conversation saying, like you're saying, could have done with the second. We were saying, could do with a third. Because you go 2-1 at half time, you're thinking, fucking hell, we'll be on, our fan base is liable to start going fucking nuts and turning, even though we're 2-1 up, because it was comfortable 2-0. But how often have we seen us letting a silly goal in? So it wasn't like I was worried that it was imminent, but it was just one of them where you think we're capable of letting a goal in.
Yeah.
And that was the concern I had. But on the other hand, I was saying if we get a third, I reckon they could be on the pitch. Their fans, because their fans were starting to get a bit antsy.
Aye.
Well, they were fucking before the game started. So to go 2-0 doing that early, they were ready, and you could see the amount of stewards and that we had in that end. They were obviously, that was on the minds of the police commander or whoever's in charge of that he can't got to be on the pitch if another one goes in. So aye, it was no, I wasn't worried, but I just thought, oh, they could just get across for the fucking side and the ball. However, one of the differences yesterday were we had defenders defending, no fucking marauding up the park, trying to look like fucking Franz Beckenbauer or Pele or fucking whoever else is good at football. You know what I mean? It's like, just fucking defend. The two of them, they just defended, they organised. I say the two of them, Stevenson as well, the three of them just fucking defended, got ready it, headed it away, no fucking about. And I thought that was a bit refreshing as well.
Aye, it was like we did all the simple stuff well on Saturday. Like I think that it's funny, we were obviously at your daughter's game on Saturday morning, we're talking about that, having the how effective it could be just actually doing the basics, but doing the basics well. And so when you've got defenders, and we headed everything that came into our box, got headed away by a Hibs defender.
Just got rid of it. My brother-in-law Charlie said that. She says, how could that just fucking smash that away with a header? Wasn't aiming it for anybody, he was trying to find it, but he just fucking fuck off. Away you go.
Aye.
Quality. I love the basics getting done well. I think there's no better sight than seeing the basics getting done well. And it might be why I wasn't always on the Poach's bandwagon, because I think just fucking do the simple fucking thing.
Do you prefer the basics getting done well or a diving header?
Aye.
Which one, if you had to pick?
One or the other.
Aye, so you say you love seeing the basics getting done well. What do you prefer?
Well, the diving header is basic.
Right.
Well. But I'd rather see the basics done well every week.
Aye.
And a diving header occasionally. That's how I would prioritise it. And that's what was getting done yesterday. Everybody done their job. Everybody was playing as a team. There was no individual there that was trying to be the big man or any of that stuff. There was nobody trying to steal the show. It was like some did, but it wasn't, because that wasn't their sole aim. We were playing for the team, and there was people that stood out. And I think we were a better team yesterday with that defence than we've been all season.
I think so. I think Diego in midfield made a difference as well, giving them that extra barrier protection. I don't know if you noticed in the game, whenever Shinnie got the ball, either Newell or Diego were straight on him. Like, Shinnie never got a kick all game, and he was probably Aberdeen's best player, I would say.
Well, he got a fucking kick because he booted Ewan at one point.
Aye.
He never got a kick of the ball.
No.
But he got a kick of a fucking player, and he got a booking later on, and you think he should be fucking off by now.
Aye,
at least he got booked this time. Mind him, his first time at Aberdeen, he'd never ever got booked. So
they've maybe no clocked that it's the same player yet. And just before half time, then we win a corner again for some good play, and Ewan scores a header, second goal for the club. Are you surprised to see him get on the score sheet like that?
Well, it's not. I'm surprised in it being a header, right? Because normally he scored one goal, but what my expectation of his goals would be breaking clear a defender and running in and goal. But it was a really good header.
Aye.
Quite strong to hold the defender off, and he didn't have to jump high, but it was his strength that won it. So it was good header, another good cross. Shows you how shite they are to let two goals to corners in, because we've spoken before. Just Hibs that goals into corners, and we're the ones that bring the stat level up to fucking 10% or whatever. It's not even 10%. It's less than 10%.
I think it's 3%. I think it's 3% of corners result in a goal statistically.
Aye. So it's really low, and to let two in a 45-minute half, it's not even in a game. It's like just in that fucking spell. It's pish for a defensive point of view, but two cracking headers for our point of view.
So we're going to half time 3-0, and I always thought, like, at 3-0 we were pretty comfortable. My concern was, with everything that was riding on the game, that Aberdeen would come out in the second half and just go all guns blazing at us. I thought if they got it to 3-1 early enough in the second half, I don't think it was likely, but there's still a chance that we could have fucked that up. Because we've seen it before. Do you know, like for a commanding position where you think this is in the bag, and a team gets a lift for a goal, and then there's enough time in it, 3-1. You know, if even if it was 20 minutes to go, if they'd got it to 3-1, you'd be sitting kind of squeaky bum for the last 20 minutes. But instead of that happened, I thought Hibs were excellent. We didn't really sit back. And we could have sat back and just countered on them, but I thought we still forced the issue. And then we get the fourth goal.
There was a period where we were sitting deep, actually, before the fourth. We were sitting deep for maybe 5 minutes. And then they kind of got themselves back out and we're back on top. But there was a 5-minute spell where you thought, fucking get out. But yeah, I agree in the main.
Aye. And then the fourth goal comes to Kevin Nisbet. So Nisbet comes on. Who did he come on for again? Was it McGeady that Nisbet came on for?
Aye. I think it was.
And actually, the fourth goal, because of the way it ended up just running through, you probably forget the quality of the build-ups. Aberdeen are attacking. I think we defended a free kick. Ball breaks to Yuan, who does a wee back heel to Campbell, who hits a first-time pass. And it was fantastic. The pass sort of cut out the defender, who just ended up on his arse, and then sends Nisbet through. And a cracking finish. It was
a good bit of play. The wee back heel wasn't far from where I sit. It was quality, and then as you see the pass. However, it was a good pass because it was right in front of him, the right pace and all that for Nisbet. And I've seen strikers this season running through and goal like that, and miss, hit it straight to the keeper or whatever. But I never ever thought Nisbet was going to miss yesterday when he went through. I thought the defender should have done better. Like I don't think it was the quality of the pass that beat him. I think the defender beat himself.
You think?
It was a good pass. It was a good weight, and it was in the right direction. But I think the defender should, I'd be going fucking nuts if that was a Hibs defender.
I think the defender just got...
the laces were tied together.
I think he just got wrong-footed with it. Like, he's running back, and it's almost like one of these ones that's... He's got to untangle his feet, like you're saying, if his laces been tied together. He's trying to untangle his feet to get a foot on it and ended up just falling down.
So if that had been Paul Hanlon, we'd even go fucking nuts. If it would have been fucking, I'll drive him wherever he wants to go. So that would have been the chat there. And their defence was appalling, terrible. It was a great bit of play from your point of view.
And shades of Malonga running through against Aberdeen as well.
Didn't have to run for as far, but and he didn't have any defenders really chasing him down either. But I get what you mean. But it was one of them. You're thinking I didn't think he was going to miss.
No, we talked about David Marshall not coming off his line. If you watch,
the Joe Lewis is the goalkeeper.
No,
I said it on that. I was on that Aberdeen podcast last week. And they were saying, I think it was at the score prediction time, and I says, Joe Lewis playing because he's shite. You know, like I think he's done. He had a season or two, he was good, and folk were saying he's better than the keeper we've got miles ahead. Wasn't he? And he still isn't.
No.
You know, he's I think he saved a couple of penalties, and that caught folks' eye. But he's no, it was. I don't think because even we've not spoken about the last goal, but he should have probably done better than that.
Aye, so anyway, cracking finish for Nisbet. And it was good to see him get on the score sheet as well. Again, with that the sort of week that he's had to come back, and he got a good reception for the fans as well.
Yeah.
So if he come off the bench, get a goal, does his confidence a world of good. I mean, he's in fine form. And then we saw Josh O'Connor and Oscar McIntyre come off the bench as well. Lewis Miller came off the bench just before Nisbet scored. It was good seeing the young boys come on. What did you make of their performance?
Aye, good. I thought they came on to it. O'Connor impressed me actually more than McIntyre. I like McIntyre. I think he's got a good chance. But I've only seen him a handful of times. He's always been good. What I thought was noticeable for the first 5 minutes, certainly McIntyre being on, was the difference in pace between the 19s and the men's game, because I thought he was half a yard off it.
Aye.
And I thought, I bet he's sitting down with his dad and his mum and his brother the night going, yeah, fucker, that's quick.
Aye.
Because there was at one point, they put him, Stevenson behind him, they put him in midfield. I think he's normally a left back, but I think they thought, well, Stevenson's there, can like to help him. And there was one point, 80 minutes in, where the boy was running past him, and Stevenson ran past McIntyre to get to the defender, and you think, 80 minutes in, I'm 35-year-old. That's what he needs to get to, and that's the difference, and that's why they're not starting games yet, and that's why they're not in the team yet. But the promising lad, he's definitely got a bit about them. Like,
aye,
no so much for O'Connor yesterday. But it was more noticeable for McIntyre, who I really rate. Like, I didn't want that sounding like I'm just saying the difference between playing under 19s football or under 18s football, whatever he's been playing this season, and men's football. Proper men's football that he was playing yesterday. He didn't physically look off it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he put a couple of strong tackles in once he sort of found his feet.
Absolutely did.
But you could see he was half a yard off. But he looks promising, the laddie. Like, I do like the look of him.
And he was, it wasn't like he was jogging back either. I can't exactly the incident you were talking about, because I remember I clocked it and was like, fucking hell, look at Stevenson go. Was probably what
he was right in front of us.
Aye.
He was right down our end.
And especially at that stage in the game. And O'Connor, he had a good burst of pace about him as well. You saw him sort of chasing a long ball through. And actually, we talk about O'Connor because he won the penalty for the fifth goal. Did brilliantly to get in front of the defender and turn him. And he just got that tight to him.
Really strong.
And I mean, that Scales, for me, he should have got a straight red card, Scales. I know the referees sent him off anyway, got a second yellow, but if that had been his first booking, I think it would have been, Hibs would have had a right to feel aggrieved by it, because he was last man. And even though there was a defender coming at the back of him, that defender's going to have to come through the back of Josh O'Connor to get the ball, and O'Connor's got a shot away if he's no fouled.
So O'Connor would have been facing goal by the time if the boy hadn't fouled him.
Exactly.
So the defender might have been in front of him, but I don't know if that's the rule, because Ben Poch's got sent off last year up at Aberdeen, through the back of the guy. So it's not about.
It's not last man doesn't come in it.
It doesn't matter. No, that's right. So it's a goal scoring opportunity whether the defender's there or not.
Correct.
It's no last man. So it probably is, but it's an easy option for the ref. It's the end of the game. Game's done. He's already on a booking. Easy option to send them yellow. In fact, if he actually gave him a straight red, I'm going to get a benefit of it anyway. And it would have been at fucking VAR and would have been there for ages, and they would have been standing on the pitch going, it's not a red card, it's not a red card. And the ref would have over the TV and all that shite. So as well just get him to sit in jail and get him a fucking, and that's it.
I wonder if that's what's going through the referee's head. Just going, I can't be fucking hooped by that. We're nearly done.
We're nearly done. I've got him. If I'm going for an Indian night, a couple of beers. Fucking, you get the fucking oils.
Josh Campbell.
Taxi's fucking waiting. Now you're fucking finished.
Josh Campbell took the penalty, tucked it away nicely. He says that's the first penalty he's taken. You wouldn't have known, eh?
Nah, so beautiful penalty. Really, the goal went the wrong way. Easy one, off corner though. So it's found the corner. He was good to take it, because I think it must be the penalty taker at the moment. And I think he gave him it. O'Connor was wanting it, but understandably, makers takers,
Aye, and you wouldn't have begrudged O'Connor getting it, but I think when you've got a player sitting on a hat trick, and Campbell was by far the man of the match, but even at that stage before he bagged the hat trick,
I think Johnson said 3 goals, 2 assists as well. I think he got yesterday, so
which is brilliant. And then we round off the win. Will Fish headed in I can't remember who took the free kick. It was done on, because Newell had gone off the pitch by this point.
Newell getting subbed.
Which doesn't happen very often. But Fish, I mean, he's totally unmarked. I mean, if ever you wanted evidence of how bad Aberdeen's defending was, I mean, he's at the back post, totally unmarked. Like, the keeper probably should have done better with it, but we'll take it all. Good
header. It's gone into the corner, but I think the keeper touched that. If he touched it, he should save it. I'm going to watch it back this week. I'm going to watch the game back this week. It's on. I get a replay thing on my thing. That will. I'll maybe sit and watch that at some point, because it was quite just to see if I missed anything. It's just that often you didn't see Hibs score 6 goals very often. I was talking to Ronald earlier on. We're like, Livingston did they against Gretna? There's a couple of cup games against lower league, but actually in the top league games, there's no very often we score.
Did we not see
6-2 game, obviously?
Gretna with Fletcher playing?
I think we should be in it. Fletcher got a hat trick in the stand that day.
Yeah. It was foggy, if I remember right. Foggy night.
The boy, the Uruguayan guy was playing,
Antorno.
Was he playing for Antorno? Was he playing for them? I think he was playing for them.
No, I think he was playing for us.
Was he playing for
Maybe
us?
No, but I got that wrong. Maybe he was playing for them. Anyway, that's kind of out of time for this episode. That was all right, Colin. Sort of whistle stop tour through the game. Comfortable, convincing win.
We've been neglecting the game a wee bit, So, over a week, so good.
So. We'll go and talk about the main talking points. So when we record Longbangers, we're going to be talking about the view that Johnson might have lost the dressing room. We'll be talking about how good Hibs were, the midfield, about Eden McGeady. And then in extra time, which is for our only for our subscribers, we'll be spending about half an hour chatting about whether or not we were premature to write the season off and what else we could achieve this season, given
When we
where we
say
are in the
we,
league today.
you mean us as
Us.
much as the fan base, but certainly
Aye.
us. We specifically says that just play the laddies and all that, didn't we?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye. So we're
We've taken
questioning
the
it.
hopes up and starting to talk yourself about, well, you'll fucking subscribe and you can hear what we've got here.
Aye. That's it. And if you want to subscribe, just go to our Twitter at Longbangers, and in our bio there's a wee link to subscribe. You just click on that. It takes you 2 minutes. Right, thanks very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want us to do more of them, let us know. You'll find, like I say, you'll find us on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.
County line I pledged upon. Well, they trailed me down when I broke free. I drank all the whiskey in Tennessee. I don't drink what I know.